Hi, friends. This is Ron today from Rome and the beautiful Holy See, the Vatican. And over my shoulder you see St. Peter's Square. And this is the square where people come together, hundreds of thousands, including yesterday on Mother's Day of this year, where the Holy Pope blessed the people here. And of course, this place is just filled with history. As you may know, the Vatican is a nation unto itself. It's the center of the Roman Catholic Church worldwide. And it's a place where so many deep religious and spiritual things happen. And as I was walking around today, while my wife and another couple are touring St. Peter's, the cathedral and the Sistine Chapel and the museum and these beautiful grounds, things I've seen before, I've been walking around just thinking and contemplating about the power of religion and the power of spirituality. And I want to make a distinction, or have you think about a distinction. I've heard someone say that religion is man's best attempt to reach God, and spirituality is God's best attempt to reach man. Now that's an oversimplification, but I want to process with you a little bit about the difference, some distinctions between religion and spirituality, and have you think about them. Religion's been around for a long time, and of course there are major religions. There's Christianity, there is Islam, there's Hindu, there's Judaism, there are a number of other major religions around the world, even including atheism, which is basically a belief that there's no God. Or agnosticism, which says, I don't think there's a God, but there might be. Some people turn their work into a religion. Some people turn their family into a religion. Some people turn power or running after money as their religion, or self-gratification as their religion. But there are religions, and fundamentally, as we're sitting here in the middle of one of the religious centers, certainly of the world, I want you to think about religion and so many of the qualities. As you can see, with religion there's tradition. With religion there are laws, there are principles. Of course, the Catholic Church believes the Bible is the foundational truth for the Word of God, as interpreted especially by the Holy Father, the Pope, and the Roman Catholic Church. And so they have very distinct, specific views about life, and Catholicism's like that. Every religion's like that. Islam's like that. Hinduism's like that. Protestantism, evangelical Christianity is very much like that. Every religion has its own code of ethics or rules. The key thing to think about with rules and regulations is we need those. One author said, you never know a line's crooked unless you have a straight line to put next to it. So we need straight lines. So we need principles. They're kind of our guides. Someone has said the difference between a lake and a swamp is a border. Unless you want your life to be a swamp, just going on and on without any definition or clarity or purity, you need borders. And that's what religion does provide, a set of principles. The key question for you about whatever religion you may or may not follow is, what are the foundational principles, and then what are the source of those principles? Are they universally true? Are they absolute? A principle by definition is a truth that is always true everywhere, like in the Bible it says, love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Now that's a universal principle that many religions buy. Certain extremes of many religions don't buy that, but fundamentally those are rules. So as you're thinking about religion, think about what are the rules that are there. And then every religion has tradition. Like here, you see tradition everywhere. As you go through the museum, as you look at these marvelous buildings, as you look at the Sistine Chapel, there's so much story that reflects a tradition. And of course, with Christianity, the stories especially about Jesus, and in the Catholic Church, there's a heavy emphasis on Mary, the mother of Jesus, and her special, unique role, of course. But Jesus is the centerpiece of the Christian faith because of his death, burial, and resurrection. And in Judaism, there are key figures. Moses was a key figure, and Abraham was a key figure, and others throughout the Old Testament, and the Pentateuch especially. And of course, in Islam, we understand the power of Islam and Muhammad, and there's great respect there for many of the prophets, including Jesus and Moses and others, because of tradition. But every religion has its own story, its own history, its own culture. So look into that and see what makes sense to you in that particular process. Religion, some people have said, focuses more on the don'ts, spirituality more on the do's. I'm not sure about that. I'd like to hear what you say. But religion does tend to say, thou shalt not, in the 10 Commandments in the Bible, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not have any other gods before me, thou shalt not commit adultery. And again, those are straight rules in life that we need. But also in Christianity, which is my core faith, there are so many positive do's, that we're to love others, that we're to be compassionate, we're to be honest, we're to be filled with integrity, we're to be kind, we're to be helpful, we're to be selfless, we're to be giving. Those are foundational do's. So religion can have both of those in them. I would say, though, by way of mindset, religion has context to it, it has history to it, it has story to it, it has some healthy rules and principles that guide our life. It has the depth of history, so there's something reliable and dependable to live on. And so religion in all those senses are good. The danger can be when we all of a sudden start living like what we think that kind of religious person ought to live like. So we start acting a certain way. It's not truly what's consistent in our heart, but we try to fake it till we make it, so to speak, or just fake it anyway, because then we're accepted, and that so often happens among particularly leaders in various religious movements and those who attend. There's an acceptable lower bar, and that's not a good way to live. That's a bit hypocritical. So what I want to urge you to do, and as you pursue religion and study it, and I urge you to do so, it's to think about relationship. Think about your personal relationship with God. That's the core to spirituality. That's having God at the center of your life. That's having a relationship like you and I can have right now, or I can have with my wife or my friends as we walk around, where we talk with one another, we get to know one another. They listen to me, I listen to them. I realize, in my case, being a follower of Jesus, that He's the God of my life, so I want to love Him with all my heart, mind, soul, and strength, but I want to live in intimacy with Him. I want to build relationship with Him. And that's the core of spirituality. It's seeking God in a personal, deep way, but letting God also penetrate your life and impact you and fill you and create intimacy with you, so you have an incredibly strong spiritual core. So, my assignment for you is to think about religion and various religions and those things that are attractive to you. There's great value in religion. There can be great dangers when we just start acting like what we believe the faith is. We don't live it. But focus in on your spirituality. Not just a general, generic spirituality, but something that's rooted in something deep and meaningful and has history and credibility to it. So you're living from the inside out, a life of spirituality, a life of grace, a life of love, a life of integrity. Well, here we are at the Holy See, St. Peter's Cathedral behind me, the bells in the background, loving this, enjoying the wonder of a religious setting, and especially enjoying the spirituality that can flow out of a place like this and can flow out of your heart right now. Bless you as you work through that.
Audio Jungle.